Welcome to Roxy's Ride and Inspire. In this episode, I would like to share with you some tips how to ride technical terrain, in specific how to ride rocky terrain. This question was asked by Katie in the Mountain Biking Ladies group. The Mountain Biking Ladies group is a group on Facebook which was founded by Liz Koch, who is a doctor in physical therapy, and she founded this group. And if you're a mountain biking lady and are looking for a safe space to share your adventures or questions, then the Mountain Biking Ladies group on Facebook is where you want to go. So Katie asked, how do you ride rocky terrain?
And she also said that she doesn't like rocky terrain. So usually if riders don't like rocky and loose terrain, it all boils down to the fundamentals. And that is what I would like to talk a little bit more about today with you.
So what are the mountain biking fundamentals? I do have some on my channel already, and I will link the videos below. But I would like to tell you a little bit more about how to ride rocky terrain safely. The most important fundamental of mountain biking is body positioning. So how you want to be positioned in your bike and how you want to constantly adjust and readjust to what the trail is throwing at you, so what the trail is giving you. And to tell you the truth, I think actually 90% or more of riding safety comes back to this fundamental, so to the riding position in your mountain bike. I have a very detailed tutorial and a step-by-step breakdown of the mountain biking riding position. I will link it below, so I won't go into a lot of detail here. However, I've been training mountain bikers for over 10 years now, from beginners to Olympic pros, and I can tell you that most of the insecurities in technical terrain, or actually crashes in technical terrain, all come back to errors in the mountain biking riding position, so in the fundamental riding position, because we're the heavy mass on the bike. So the bike is the light mass, and as soon as we move the heavy mass into a direction that is not doing the light mass any good, it will become unstable. And if I'm not balanced in my bike, so standing heavy on my feet with as little as possible weight in my hands, then I don't have ideal pressure control. This means as soon as I am actively shifting my weight back or shifting my weight forward into my hands, then I am distributing my weight on the wheels of my bike in an uneven fashion, which means that I don't have ideal pressure control. How do you feel this? This is what a lot of people ask, well, how do I know if I'm balanced? It all boils down to this. You want to stand heavy on your feet, evenly distributed, with your front heel lowered and your rear heel adjusting to the knees, because that's what's giving you the balance. And you want to have as little as weight as possible in your hands. And now you want to adjust your weight up and down and let the bike do the job. And a lot of people are actually working against their bike because they get tense, or they move their weight back, or they have too much weight in their hands, so the bike can't move freely. And especially if you're in rocky terrain, this will make you feel really insecure, and it will actually be insecure as well, because you're hindering the bike to work like it should be. So as I said, mountain biking riding position is the biggest building block in your foundation, which makes up safe riding. So I will link it below. Go watch that video if you haven't, and work on that in easy terrain. And that's also the next question I would like to ask today, and actually answer for you as well, and that is, will I improve by riding technical terrain? And the answer is no. I know you were like, what does she mean now? Well, the issue is the following. If you ride in terrain that is actually technical, and in fact too technical for you, you will just be able to, you'll go into autopilot. So you will be able to arrange yourself with the skills you already have, but you won't be able to improve. To improve, you always have to regress to progress. So you have to take your skill to an easy terrain, or even to a parking lot, and to practice the bounce position and everything that belongs to it until it is automatic in your brain. Only then you could use it in terrain that is scary for you. Because as soon as you are distracted, so as soon as the terrain is too technical for you, you're distracted and your brain is like, oh, it's scared. It just gets scared. That's how our brain works, because its main function is to protect us. So as soon as you're scared, you can just go into autopilot and just do what is automatic. And if the new movements have not been automatized yet, then you won't be able to progress in technical terrain. Does that make sense? And that is why you really want to practice your balance stance and everything that belongs to it in a terrain that is easy, or even on a parking lot on an isolated object, to really practice that staying heavy on your feet and letting the arms and legs work as your natural suspension. The next point why riding rocky terrain and technical terrain gets sketchy for a lot of people is because the braking is not where it should be. What I mean by this is you always want to use both brakes, and you only want to use your index finger to brake. And you want to modulate the brakes to avoid skidding. So as soon as you're skidding, the bike is actually not under control. And especially when the terrain gets steeper and technical, you want to be in control. So you want to be the pilot and not the passenger. But as soon as your wheels are skidding, you're becoming you're becoming the passenger. And that's what you don't want to become. So what you want to do is you want to modulate the brakes, and as soon as one of the wheels is skidding, you want to open the brake a little bit to adjust to that optimal braking position. And actually, the steeper it gets, the more you will be braking with your front brake. At the beginning, this sounds kind of counterintuitive, but your whole weight is driving against your front wheel. So as soon as it's steep and loose, your front wheel is the only wheel that will decelerate you. So you actually want to always use both brakes, and you will automatically feel, if you use both brakes without skidding, then you will automatically use your front brake more the steeper and the looser the terrain gets. An exception to this is definitely wet roots and wet wood and everything that is very, very, very slippery. But then you will also notice that as soon as you're skidding, you want to let go of that brake. So the second fundamental that really makes rocky and loose and technical terrain safe is braking and keeping control over your fingers and avoiding skidding wheels. And the third tip I would like to give you today is to listen to your body. So if you ride into a very technical section and your body is telling you, "Ooh, I'm scared of this today," then take it slow. Maybe even take it to another day. So work your way up. If you're scared, as I said, all you will be able to do on that day is just to cope with the skill level you have at the moment, but you won't really improve. So you really want to work on your body positioning before you take it to terrain that is scaring you. I know sometimes it's hard because we expect so much of ourselves, but it's still mountain biking. It's still a hobby. We still want to have fun with it. And if our body is telling you, wait, I'm scared of this, then take it slow. I do have a few videos how to cope with fear on the trail. You can try these as well. I will be linking them below. But in general, if your brain or your body is telling you, whoa, behold, then you might want to listen to it. We're not machines, and fear is good because it's trying to protect us. So if you're fearful of specific situations, then the first step is always to say, thank you, fear. Thank you, because you are actually showing me that I'm important to myself. And that is a very, very important message of your body and of your brain to yourself, that you are important. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helped. Comment below what you thought about it. Comment below if you liked it. If you have further questions, always feel free to contact me. And if you like my videos, I would truly appreciate it if you bought me a coffee, because I love coffee and I'm not earning any money with YouTube, and I want to keep these videos for free because I don't like you having to watch ads. See you again for my next video. Click subscribe, give me the thumb up, and enjoy your lovely day. Go out for a ride. Goodbye.